What is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today we're talking about the new cool additions to Smite and OB. I think it's 5. We have got 2 new aspects. Well, we have 1 brand new aspect, 1 heavily changed aspect, 2 buffed aspects, and a brand new item. And this is all with Bari also dropping. So we have a bunch of new things to play around with. Bari's a lot of fun. I've already played her. I have not gotten a chance to play these aspects. I've used the item. It's not too surprising that the item is good considering it's a Smite 1 item just brought over, but that's what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about these new additions in OB5. Very quickly, just want to start with the item, Arondight. This one was leaked on the Titan Talk Monday. Simple. 65 strength, 15 cooldown rate, and it's the same exact thing. It reveals, it's an active, it's a 75-second cooldown. The most insane part about this item is it is currently 2550 gold, which is crazy. That is insanely cheap for an item with 65 strength and 15 cooldown. And it makes it like twofold, good early and good late. High strength in the early game makes your autos just do a lot of damage. Good cooldown, cheap cost. It's good early game. It's also got 50 strength damage and also revealing towards the late game, which is just giving you an extra ability worth of damage, which is crazy. So I think Arondight's going to be very, very good. No surprise if it's picked up in a lot of assassin builds. And I think it's a good time because I just made that video, I think it was last week, talking about how I thought assassins, like true assassins, don't seem very viable in the current meta. I'm glad that they're kind of, you know, adding something that should help a lot of assassins. And to be honest, it's not something that's going to help hybrid gods. Like that 50% strength is more noticeable when you're building a lot more strength. So I like this. This is perfect. W. The next thing to talk about is the changing aspect, and this is Mordred aspect. Basic attacks while Blood Rage has 2 is active no longer provide bonus protections or attack speed, but instead your non-ultimate and non-passive ability cooldowns are lowered. Additionally, Shoulder Charge deals more damage if it hasn't hit an enemy god recently. Yeah, so I think we're falling into the same spot that we fell into with Mordred aspect before, where this is broken. Like, I get it. Bonus protection's cool. Attack speed, yes, that makes a lot of sense. Late game, am I sitting there wanting to auto attack, or am I just going to be wanting to dash, spam my abilities, and just chase somebody down? This is an incredible aspect. I think this becomes the end-all be-all with Mordred, sorry. I would be very surprised if you're not using this aspect jungle, solo. I mean, even if you're playing him in support for some reason, it is insanely valuable. I like it. It's going to be a little spammy, though, and I'm worried about how Mordred's going to interact with, like, Phoenix Shield and, like, Glad Shield. I think he's going to be maybe unkillable, but let's see how it plays first. Next up, the new aspect of the Spirit Caller. This is Baron's aspect. Consigned Spirits has reduced cooldown and slows, but has much lower base damage and no damage scaling. I think this is interesting. This is supposed to make Baron a true support, which I think it does, to be fair. I think this hits it on nail on the head. The issue is I think for the most part, Baron already had a pretty supportive kit. And when I tweeted this, a lot of responses were, you know, Baron's already kind of playing like a support. Why are we, you know, double dipping into that? Let's give him something to make him more mage worthy, more maybe even jungle worthy. And, you know, I've got to agree. I think this is going to make him a better support. Full stop. He's already best role is support. He's already playing well in that role. He's not a very good mid laner at all. His solo lane's fine, but it's basically just because he plays like a support. I don't love it. It's fine. It's interesting. I think cutting the cooldown in half and then also allowing it to slow lower base damage and no damage scaling, like, it's a cool change on it. I almost would have wished that they did something to make him more of a mid laner. Granted, would they be able to find something to make him more of a mid laner? I don't really know. Maybe you make your 3 do damage to minions, something like that. Goes longer, something. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm a Baron hater. I've said it before. I hate this god. I'm not playing him because of this aspect. I'm not playing him if the aspect wasn't added either. So yeah, it's whatever towards me. But let me know down below, what do you guys think about this Baron aspect? But also let me know about that Mordred aspect. How do you guys feel about that one? Lastly, 2 aspects got buffed, and these are probably 2 of the most underperforming ones. The one that I'll talk about quickly is Hercules. Pon came into my chat while I was streaming and going over these aspects, and he said Hercules aspect wasn't buffed. They chose to go over these 2 first, Fenrir and Sobek, because, and this is crazy, Hercules aspect has a better win rate than base Hercules. I have no idea how that happens. That aspect is the worst aspect in the game, but it's winning, so it makes sense to... They're going to buff it eventually, but it makes sense to hit the ones that are actually terrible and, you know, making the character just really bad. So I like that they're going for the Fenrir, the Sobek one. Fenrir, he gets increased protections when using his 3, so I don't know what the exact number is. I didn't look at Fenrir's percentage increase, but he gets increased protections while using his 3. And when he heals with the 2 lifesteal that he gives to teammates, so that lifesteal that he gives to teammates, they heal him with that also, which is crazy. And I love the direction. I thought they were going to make it where maybe they reduce the damage a little bit that Fenrir does, or sorry, increase it a little bit, make him so he's a little bit more of a threat. No, they said, forget that. How do we make him a better support? Truly, this is it. This is, I think, perfect. More protections. So yes, maybe he's still not threatening you with his 3, but he is taking less damage and he's slowing you to set you up for the enemy, for his team. And then he's also harder to deal with because he's giving lifesteal to allies, which is healing him. I think this is a perfect change to Fenrir. I'm excited to try it either on my second channel, Inbound 2, or on this channel. I'll have a gameplay with it when this patch drops because I'm so excited to try it. Fenrir 1 is awesome. Don't know how strong it is, but it's just awesome. Like the thought of it. The next one, Sobek 1, has an additional 25% intelligence scaling. Crazy high. The craziest part, his dash is his highest scaling ability. It's 50%. His 2 is 40% and his 3 is 30%. Okay, outside of his ultimate. On non-ultimate abilities, it's the highest. Now it's actually like threat worthy. 75%. It basically just makes it where your 3-2 is set up to hit your 1 and your 1 is basically kill confirm. You want to use your 1 to confirm because the worst part about Sobek 1 before was it didn't do any damage and it doesn't set up anymore. All it does is push and do damage. A lot of times you would push and then insta die because it's not actual CC. Like when you pluck somebody, you toss them, they can't do anything until they hit the ground. You have a little bit of time to run around, maybe even use your 3 or your 2. Giving it a little bit more damage and also getting rid of that 3 no longer healing him less with the aspect. It's a good direction. It's a perfect direction. Is it something where I want to play Sobek jungle? Honestly, kind of. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but it makes me want to at least try it. So I think that's a really cool direction. I'm excited to try that. But yeah, let me know down below. What do you guys think about the new item and the 4 edited aspects? Do you guys think any of them are actually going to be viable? Are you curious to try any of them? Let me know down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content. Drop a like if you do like this type of content. Also, I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.